We were challenged by our pastor, Brian Moss, to tell our story, the story of how we came to be believers in Christ, and do it before Easter. So I am just about out of time, so I guess I need to get this done. I've been kind of dragging my feet because this does not make me comfortable, and so I'm trying to muster the courage. But so here's my story. I had always grown up thinking of myself as a Christian, growing up in a Christian home, going to church. And I think I really just thought that, it was good and I wanted to be a Christian, but that it was really kind of old-fashioned and not really relevant to my day-to-day life. And so I just thought that as long as I was, good, which I guess was better than, an axe murderer, that, everything would be okay. And it wasn't until I was in my early 30s and I was pushing a double stroller with two small children through a zoo. Believe me, the irony that God met me in a zoo has not escaped me. When I met this other mom with another double stroller and kids, her name was Lisa Goddard. And she and I started going through the zoo and helping each other through doors. And within about 15 minutes, she had invited me to a Bible study for young moms. And I had never participated in a Bible study before, so this was a totally new thing. And I don't even know why I said yes, but I did. And that was when it all kind of fell into place for me over the next few years, going to Bible studies and getting into a church and starting to really study my Bible really taught me that there was a God who loved me, Lori, an individual as a person. He knew me. He cared about me as a person. And suddenly all those quote unquote rules in the Bible suddenly started to seem like very small requests from a God who was willing to care about someone as messed up as me. And since then, I've been asked sometimes, do I really believe that Jesus is the only way to God? And what about all these other religions? Aren't they all really the same? And I've really come to understand that every other belief system depends on me following certain rules or being good enough or doing X, Y, and Z. And I know me, and I know how completely flawed I am. And even though I work really hard to try and live a life according to God's will, I know that I fail on a daily basis. And so if it's all up to me, I'm in trouble. But Christianity says, I love you so much. Even though you screw up and I know that you make mistakes, I still love you so much that I'm willing to sacrifice my only son for you. I'm willing to endure that pain for you. And when that finally sunk into me, I realized if there had been any other way for God to reach out and connect with me, if there had been any other way for me to be good enough to reach him, why would he have ever gone through that kind of pain? Why would he have ever done that? There's only one reason, and that's because he had to, because that was the only way that he could reach me. And so that's my story. And it's not real dramatic, and it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but I am so grateful that someone reached out and asked me to go to a Bible study. And I'm just saying, think about that sometime when you're out and about. You just never know who it is that you might touch and whose life you can change. And maybe you'll be a part of their story. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.